am an investigator with the Portsmouth Police Department's Homicide Unit. I'm here today to speak to you all in reference to the homicide investigation that occurred in the 30 block of Farragut Street of Mr. Keontre Thornhill. Today I'm going to read a prepared statement. I can take some questions. Please keep in mind that this is a very active and ongoing investigation. There's certain questions I would like to answer but may not be able to at this time just because of the sensitivity of it. Investigators with the Portsmouth Police Department's Major Crimes Unit are investigating a homicide that occurred in the 30 block of Farragut Street. On Friday, April the 26th, 2024 at approximately 6:11 p.m., we responded to the address on Farragut Street for the report of a fight call between several juveniles. The call was upgraded while officers were en route to a gunshots fired call. While officers were en route, the call was upgraded, Subsequently, a 10-year-old, Mr. Keontre Thornhill, was shot inside of his home, and he was transported to a local hospital where he later, unfortunately, succumbed to his injuries. On Saturday, April the 27th, 2024, we interviewed and subsequently charged 31-year-old Shondae Nakisha Ross with contributing to the delinquency of a minor in reference to the altercation that led to the shooting. Additionally, on that date, it was announced that the Portsmouth Police Department wished to speak with Mr. 26-year-old Cleon Deontay Banks, who was named as a person of interest. To date, Mr. Banks has failed to cooperate with the investigation and has not made contact with Portsmouth Police Department. Currently, Mr. Banks is not wanted. He is not wanted. He has not been charged in this case. However, we are asking that Mr. Banks come into the police department and speak with investigators. Our office is located at 311 County Street, Portsmouth, Virginia, 23704, and our phone number is 757-393-8536. Again, we are asking Mr. Banks to come forward. And if anyone has information on this incident or the whereabouts of Mr. Banks, we ask you to please contact us. If you would like to contact us anonymously, you can contact the crime line or submit a P3 tip. Again, I need to be very clear. Based upon what the investigation has yielded, it is believed that the actions of Mr. Banks taken that day either directly or indirectly led to a chain of events that caused the death of a 10-year-old person named Mr. Keontre Thornhill. I'll take brief questions.
Are there other people you are looking for in this case?
There are.
Can you tell us anything about them?
We are looking for anyone that was out there that day. There was a group of juveniles that was in the area. They went to a location near the residence where this occurred for a fight. We have identified several of those juveniles, and there may have been some adults involved, but we need anyone that has information on anyone that was out there. If anyone has any video, maybe someone was recording, we need any information that we can get about who may have been out there that day.
Can you go into further detail on the charge that has been made against Ms. Ross, the contributing to the delinquency of a minor? Kind of explain why that charge?
What I can say about that is that the charge in a way speaks for itself as far as there were actions that were taken by Ms. Ross that led to her being charged with that. I can basically say, parents, be parents. Do not contribute to your children going in neighborhoods fighting. Don't take part. Don't contribute to that type of behavior. We need to stand up and be parents.
Have you talked with any of the teenagers involved in the fight?
We've talked to several witnesses.
Have they been helpful at all in giving you information and where to look?
Based upon the investigation and several interviews and the evidence that we've collected, has led us in the direction where we are today.
There were several children, teens fighting. What is it that Shonda Ross did that led to the charge? Did she fail to break up the fight? What was the what was the charge of failure to the charge that she had of contributed delinquency of a minor? What did she do or what did she not do? Did she fail to break up the fight? Is that the reason why she was charged?
I would love to answer that question. However, because of there's details surrounding why she was charged that right now we can't release that at this time. However, it will come out at some point during the process.
Now, the victim in this case, was the victim involved in the fights that were going on with the teens? The victim?
I can clear that up right now. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That young man was inside of his home. He was minding his own business, and he is an unfortunate victim of this. He had nothing to do with it now.
Can you explain any more about the details of teens fighting in that block on a regular basis, that it has become part of the culture of what's going on Farragut, and that what was going on the day this tragic incident occurred was something that goes on, quite frankly, often?
I can say that it is not just a Farragut Street problem. That is a problem that we see all over. And unfortunately, it's when you have juveniles that are either not supervised or they're led in the wrong direction to do certain things, that's how you get things that happen like this. Again, as I said before, parents need to stand up and be parents and stop. When they see their children they're gonna go out and do certain things, or they're aware that they're gonna do certain things, pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to your kids. The system, the police, the schools, we can't raise your children. We need you to raise your children and raise them and put them in the right direction. Don't have them out there acting that way or knowing that they're gonna do it and then participate, or it's a shame.
I know this wasn't part of your plan, but I hear the family very concerned and saying things as you are mentioning what's going on. Is there anything you'd like to say about the tragedy and also what is going on a regular basis in that neighborhood on that street? Would you like to say?
I was just saying, we've been several fights, like weeks and weeks at a time, coming from school, like, and like you said, parents not standing up to be parents, they'd rather go out there and fight with their children. At that time, like, it's just no control.
Because it's times.
Would you mind standing at the microphone? Can you stand at the microphone, please? I think that would. Okay, go ahead.
And just like times I've called the police and, you know, they didn't show the week prior, but, you know, it's a hard call. Yeah, I called the police like a week prior to this incident, and, you know, they never showed, because it's like it's normal.
Yeah, because not only did it happen that day, they was fighting that whole week.
Yeah.
It was going on, like, from the school on, and it led on to the neighborhood. So
Yeah.
the killers could be in the school,
Yeah.
you know, Carter Middle School, or Wilson High School, or Northam High School. You know, they could be either where, and
I'm so sorry. This is it's a devastating situation.
Right.
But and I know they weren't prepared to answer these
Well,
questions.
she's talking because she wants
I
to.
understand, but if we can return it
Yeah.
back to the case, because we really want to solve it. I
Yeah.
appreciate you,
Yeah,
Mr.
you
Fox.
do.
We'll do it afterwards, but if we can return back to the.
I just want to give them an audience too.
Yes, that's important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Detective Jackson,
Yes.
how is Banks related to all of this? Was he at the scene? Did he have a firearm? Did the ballistic come back to a gun owned by him? How is he connected?
That's a very good question. Based upon where we are in the investigation, we believe that there were actions taken by Mr. Banks that day which may have led to a chain of events that caused the shooting.
Can you speak to the relationship, if any, between Banks and Ross? Are they involved, like, are they on the same sort of side contributing to things?
I can't comment on that right now, I'm sorry.
Why is he considered dangerous? Can you speak to that?
Based upon actions taken that day, I can say that there was gunfire involved. And again, based upon actions by Mr. Banks that day, what we have found out throughout the investigation, we need to speak to him. He is a person of interest. And as you can see, yes, he is considered armed and dangerous.
I'm not a gun expert. How many guns were involved, based on the audio from the shootings that we heard?
It's too early to make that determination. We've got several pieces of evidence that are out for testing, and we won't know that answer for quite a while.
Well, thank you so much. That's going to be our last question for today.
I just want to hold this up before we are finished. This is what this is about today. This young man right here. This is why we are here today, Mr. Keontre Thornhill, and I'm asking again for this man.
Yes.
This man right here needs to come forward and speak to us in reference to this. We are asking him. We have asked. Again, Mr. Cleon Banks, he's right there.
Thank you so much for your time.